Tourist villages begin to prepare for Christmas and New Year. And Garuda Indonesia predicts passengers during Christmas and New Year will increase by 24%. Yes, news today is about getting ready for the holidays. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is December 8th, 2024, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Well, we had a huge storm on Friday, and there's a segment on that coming up. And, well, a lot of rain yesterday, no rain, so things started to dry out today. It is warm, 30.6 degrees Celsius. That's 10:30 in the morning. Humidity is down to 68%. Wind speed is 9.4 kilometers per hour, and it is cloudy, but bright, a bright cloudy day. You know what I mean by that, I think. And so, all in all, not too bad. So let's get started with what's going on with the holidays coming up. Tourist villages begin to prepare for Christmas and New Year. Several tourist villages in Bali have made preparations for the Christmas and New Year Nataru holiday season. One of them is in Munduk Tourism Village located in Banjar District in Buleleng. Yeah, a lot of stories today about Buleleng. Although relatively far from the hustle and bustle of the tourist areas in southern Bali, tourism actors in this area are also preparing for Christmas and New Year. Yes, that readiness is already a routine here, said Chairman of Munduk Accommodation Association, Ikutut Eddie Astana. Eddie Astana said there are 70 accommodations in Munduk that are ready to receive tourists to stay overnight. The advantage of accommodation or homestays in Munduk Tourism Village is that they are located in the cool nature of a mountain village which provides a calm atmosphere. So far, Pak Eddie said, the Munduk Tourism Village area has been visited more by foreign tourists, especially from Europe, England, France, Netherlands, Germany, Italy. The period from June to September is usually the high season in Munduk. Usually, during that period, about 200 foreign tourists stay there a month. Length of stay is between 2 and 3 nights. So if you want to go somewhere where there are not a lot of tourists, even in the high season, Munduk, a good place to go. And it's lovely up there. Now, with the New Year's crowd, including the possibility of many domestic tourists traveling to Bali, tourism actors in Munduk Tourism Village hope that local tourists can visit and stay in the cool mountainous rural nature, especially since it also has several attractions such as lakes and forest areas around Lake Tamblingan. Nice walks around Lake Tamblingan. There is also a waterfall, namely known as Munduk Waterfall or Red Coral Waterfall, and others. Munduk also not only has terraced rice fields, but is also a center for people's plantations, including cloves and coffee and other plantation crops, he said. I've never stayed up in Munduk. I've been through Munduk a number of times, and it is really lovely up there. If you want to get out and do some nature walks, great place to go. Really good coffee up there, and the people are quite delightful, very happy to have tourists come up. So if you want to go somewhere during the holiday season, good place to get out of the south and all of the tourists and all of the craziness and go up and relax in some natural settings. So Munduk. Okay, and what about transportation? Okay, we got a couple of transportation articles coming up about the holiday season. First one about air traffic. Garuda Indonesia predicts passengers during Christmas and New Year will increase by 24%. According to Garuda Indonesia President Director, he said there's been a significant increase, but when compared to the pre-pandemic numbers, the number of Christmas and New Year passengers is estimated to still be only about 65% going back to, say, 2019. He continued, we estimate the peak of this holiday flow will occur on December 21st, between the 21st of December and the 5th of January. For flights during the Christmas New Year's holiday, Garuda Indonesia will fly on 49 domestic routes and 19 international routes, while CityLink will fly on 73 domestic routes and 5 international routes. For its own fleet, Garuda Indonesia has prepared 58 aircraft. Meanwhile, CityLink has prepared 35 aircraft for the holiday period. Based on the results of the survey of the potential for national movement for Christmas 2024 and New Year 2025 by the Ministry of Transportation, the potential for community movements, that's movements within a community, 110.67 million people. This potential movement covers all provinces in Indonesia spread out over 22 days from December 18th to January 8th. Potential for movement between provinces, 55.86 million people, and potential for movements within a province, 54.81 million people. So there are going to be a lot of people moving around. The prediction for main choice of transportation, private vehicles, 53.78%, or about 60 million vehicles. And public transportation, well, buses, 6.54 million people, trains, 3.44 million, planes, 4.14 million, and ferry ships, 3.40 million. So this is how people will be moving around. And what about vehicles and coming into Bali? Because remember I talked about that a few videos ago. 322,416 vehicles predicted to enter Bali. Transportation Agency prepares traffic engineering ahead of Nataru 2024. Ahead of the Nataru period, the number of tourists entering Bali is predicted to increase sharply. This can be seen from data from the Bali Transportation Agency regarding the estimated entry and exit during the 2024-2025 holiday season. The movement into Bali, a favorite place, especially for domestic tourists during this time, is predicted to increase dramatically. Total number of passengers is estimated to reach 2,794,977, with 1.5 million people coming through the airport, 1.1 million coming through Gili Manuk, and 95,000 coming through Padang Bai. The total number of incoming vehicles predicted to be 322,416. 289,443 coming through Gili Manuk, people coming from Java, and 32,973 vehicles coming through Padang Bai. In order to overcome the predicted traffic jams that will occur, the Bali Transportation Agency will conduct traffic engineering, according to the head of Traffic Division of Bali Transportation Agency. Regarding traffic engineering during the Nataru holiday, he said there is definitely one every year. The Nataru traffic engineering at Ngurah Rai Airport is directly implemented by Angkasa Pura and the Airport Authority. The design for this traffic engineering was made by Angkasa Pura and the Airport Authority at Ngurah Rai, and it's almost the same as the traffic engineering design made by the Bali Provincial Transportation Agency. The police are also preparing traffic engineering related to Nataru readiness, and the police will deploy troops to anticipate the preparation of Nataru 2024 and 2025. What about potential congestion points? Wow, you do not want to drive during this period if you don't have to. Potential congestion points predicted by Bali Transportation Agency: the Ngurah Rai Bypass Road in front of Krishna Souvenir Center, the Karanjang Souvenir Shop, and the Warrior Statue in Tuban. And now let's get back to Buleleng again in Singaraja. I talked before about the rain here on Friday. Floods again inundate Singaraja city. The flood disaster, due to the heavy rain that poured down on Buleleng on Friday afternoon until evening, inundated several points in Singaraja city. The water overflowed onto the highway and into residential areas. The water level reached the knees of adults in some places. It was deep. Heavy rain fell from noon, 12 o'clock, all the way up until 6 o'clock in the evening. The overflow of water from the drainage channels began to occur after the 2 hours of rain. It was observed that there were 6 points of quite severe flooding that occurred. And some of that was right here in the city. In fact, the kampung right next to ours, a lot of floods over there. Out in Pamaron, which is close to my son's house, right off the main road, Jalan Ayani, the Jalan Singaraja Saririt and Gili Manuk Road. Wow, the flood was just amazing. And in other places around Buleleng. The overflowing water on Jalan Yani Barat also caused traffic congestions. Head of the Buleleng Public Works and Spatial Planning Agency, Iputu Adiptha Eka Putra, said that areas with the largest flooding are still dominated by regular use. Like on Jalan Lombok, rainwater always overflows because the drainage channels are small and there's no diversions that can break up the volume of water. In addition to the very large volume of water, on average, the drainage is not functioning optimally because it is clogged with garbage. Although our drainage workers have cleaned the channels every day, the proof is that there were many logs and car tires that were blocking them. Car tires? The PUTR service deployed 90 drainage workers and 30 Binamarga workers to handle flooding in the city area. Meanwhile, confirmed separately, the head of Buleleng Natural Disaster Management Agency, BD, said that the flood disaster had indeed been mitigated previously. Moreover, the Denpasar Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency, BMKG, predicted that the peak of the rainy season in Bali, including Buleleng, would occur in the December to January period. Prevention efforts have been attempted to be integrated with PUTR service DLH and us at BPBD. We also hope for government participation and support because the cause of this is still garbage. If the community is not aware and throws garbage into water channels, the flood disasters will certainly never end. Amen to that. And data is still being collected on damage up in the Singaraja area as well as other places in Buleleng. And one more segment, and again on Buleleng. Deputy Minister of Tourism Nilu Puspa promises to develop quality tourism at Lovina Beach. The Deputy Minister was up here yesterday and she was inspecting the floating pier in Lovina Beach and Binaria Beach areas in Kalibukbuk. The pier functions as a supporter of the 3B or Banyuwangi West Bali North Bali tourism package, which was soft launched last September, and I've talked about this a number of times. Deputy Minister Puspa said Lovina Beach has a lot of potential that can be developed. She promised to prioritize the development of destinations in Lovina Beach, considering that Lovina is an icon of tourism in northern Bali. We really need to continue to encourage development so that tourists come here not only to stop by for a while and then leave, but so that tourists can come to Lovina for a long time and enjoy several activities in the area. According to her, this needs to be done to encourage Lovina Beach to become a quality tourism destination. Deputy Minister Puspa said there are still many things that need to be fixed and developed in Lovina Beach to achieve this goal. However, this will be done gradually, she said. Our hope is that Lovina will become a quality tourism destination. We have to switch the image of Bali tourism, which has been known as cheap but quality. It doesn't have to be expensive or luxury tourism. The length of stay could be longer. The attractions can encourage the arrival of, what else, quality tourists. The same thing was also conveyed by the Deputy for Destination Development and Infrastructure of the Ministry of Tourism, Pak Haryanto. He said that the 3B package would later be able to reduce the accumulation of tourists that had been focused on South Bali. I wonder how this package is going to work out, actually. Package 3B has been soft launched on September 25th. We just have to follow up on it. Later there will be a short list from the local government. We'll monitor this together, he said. Meanwhile, head of Buleleng Tourism Office, Pak Dodi, said that the local government is ready to collaborate with the central government to create quality tourism throughout Buleleng. He said, so the deputy minister has conveyed that we have to map out what we think we need for infrastructure for the future, of course, package 3B, one of which is connectivity via sea routes. We prioritize so that we can collaborate. Hopefully in 2025, connectivity via fast ships can be realized. And this is for the 3B program. So will we be getting more tourists up here? I don't know. This 3B program, it sounds more like something that domestic tourists would do because you're looking at Banyuwangi to West Bali and then to Lovina. Well, I guess you could go the other way if you wanted to. You could start here in Lovina and then you could go to West Bali and then you could go to Banyuwangi. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it works out. Okay, that's it. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. And that includes me. and take care. I will see you next time. Stay dry.